Hello children, always remember that acceleration is a vector quantity. Acceleration is a vector quantity which requires magnitude as well as direction. Now today's topic is equation of motion, and we have total 3 equations of motions which are called as kinematic equation. Now definition of kinematic equation: a set of 3 equations which analyzes rectilinear motion of uniformly accelerated body and helps to predict the position of body are called kinematic equations. I repeat the definition of kinematic equations: a set of 3 equations which analyzes rectilinear motion of uniformly accelerated body and helps to predict the position of the body are called kinematic equations. Now you can see here we have 3 equations. The first one, velocity time equation, which is given as v is equal to u plus at. We also have displacement time equation given as s is equal to ut plus half at square. And we have the third equation, displacement velocity equation, which is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Now here u stands for initial velocity, v stands for final velocity, t stands for time taken, a stands for acceleration, and s stands for displacement or distance. It stands for displacement or distance. Now you can see we have made a graph here. Along the x-axis time is taken, and along the y-axis velocity is taken, and 0 is the origin. And you can see the nature of the graph, it is a straight line. So here the object is in accelerated motion, that is uniformly accelerated motion. Now suppose an object is in motion along a straight line with initial velocity u. It attains final velocity v in time t due to acceleration a. Its displacement is s. Now this graph shows the change in velocity with time of a uniformly accelerated object. The object starts from the point D in the graph with initial velocity u. Its velocity keeps on increasing in time t and it reaches the point B on the graph. Now you can see children, we have a construction here. This dotted lines show construction. Draw a line parallel to y-axis. Draw a line parallel to y-axis passing through the point B. This will cross the x-axis at E. Draw a line parallel to x-axis passing through the point D. Draw a line parallel to x-axis passing through the point D. This will cross the line BE at A. So you can see these are the construction line. This is the line which is parallel to y-axis, and these two lines are parallel to x-axis. One is passing through point D and one is passing through point C. So this is all about the graph. Now let us start with our derivation. Now from the figure we can see OD. OD is the space on the graph that is initiated by initial velocity u. That is initiated by initial velocity u. So as you can see, if you consider this as rectangles, the first rectangle OEAD, or the second rectangle DABC, or the bigger rectangle OEBC, we know the property of rectangle that the opposite sides in rectangle are equal. So same we are going to make use of. Now you can see children, if OD is marked as U, I can mark AE also as U because opposite sides of a rectangle. If I take OC as V, here OC is marked as V, so the opposite side BE will also be V. Okay, and that is opposite sides. And again if I take OE, if I take AD and if I take CB, all the three lengths will also be equal to T. Will also be equal to T. This T is along the x-axis. This T is along the x-axis. If OE is taken as T, the remaining two distances AD and BC will also be taken as T. Now we know that acceleration. We know that acceleration, the definition is change in velocity. The definition is change in velocity upon time. Change in velocity upon time. So change in velocity is given as, it is given as the final velocity v minus the initial velocity u upon time taken t. Now for acceleration we are using small letter a. Now look in the graph along the y-axis and we can see that in place of v, on the x-axis, that is along this, on the y-axis, that is along OC, my v we can write as OC, and u we can write as OD, and u we can write as OD upon T. Correct? So A is equal to OC minus OD upon T. Now children, you have already learned the collinearity. Here you can see O, D and C. They lie in the same line. So OD plus CD is equal to total distance OC. My total distance OC is equal to OD plus DC. Therefore, CD is equal to OC minus OD. Correct, children? So, in place of OC minus OD, can I write CD? Yes, I can write CD. So, in the next step, OC minus OD, I can replace that by CD by T. Therefore, CD is equal to A into T, which is equal to AT. So, my CD is equal to AT. This is the first thing which I have got. Now, come to the right hand side. That is distance BE. Now, children, distance BE can be written as AB plus AE. My total distance BE can be written as AB plus AE because the points B, A and E are collinear. Because the points B, A and E are collinear. Now as you can see in the graph, what is BE? BE is marked as V. BE is marked as V. That is final velocity V. Now in the graph again you can see AB is same as CD. Here we have written AB is same as CD. So in place of AB I can write there CD. Correct? And in place of AE I can write there OD. In place of AE, I can write there as OD. Now children, what is my CD? We've got CD as AT, this V as it is. And once again look in the graph, OD same as AE, same as U, small letter U. Therefore, V is equal to U plus AT. So this is the first kinematic equation which is showing us velocity and time, which is showing us the relation between velocity and time. Okay, so this is the first equation of motion. Now look in the graph, children. We have quadrilateral DOE. DOEB. Look in the graph carefully. We have quadrilateral D in quadrilateral DOEB. DOEB. Now this quadrilateral area, this area DOEB shows the distance travelled by the object. It shows the distance travelled by the object. Now this quadrilateral DOEB is divided into two parts. It is divided into two parts. It is divided as a rectangle and it is divided as a triangle. Now in quadrilateral DOEB, the bottom part, that is this part, is a rectangle, that is DOEA. Let me write here DOEA. And we have the top part, which is a triangle, DAB. Triangle DAB. So understand this. The quadrilateral DOEB, I can divide this into two parts. One, which is the rectangle, the bottom part, which is a rectangle, and the remaining top part, I can call it as a triangle. I can call it as a triangle. Now, we know that area of rectangle DOEA. How do we find area of rectangle? We find it as length into breadth. We find it as length into breadth. So let us take length as OE. Let us take length as OE. And let us take breadth as AE. And let us take breadth as AE. Correct? So what is OE in the picture? It is T. And what is AE in the picture? In the picture, AE is U. AE is U. Now the second part. What is the second part? It is the area of triangle DAB. We know how do we calculate the area? Half into base into height. So let us take base as DA and let us take height as AB and let us take height as AB. Correct? Now, half DA. In place of DA, I can write T. See, DA is same as OE. So, in place of DA, I can write there T. And as you can look in the picture, my AB is same as CD or DC. Now we got CD as AT. So in place of AB, I can write here AT. I can write here AT. What is the reason? AB is equal to CD is equal to AT. We are making use of this relation. Okay, so this can be rearranged as UT plus half A. This T into T becomes T square. Correct? So this is this quadrilateral DOEB gives me the total distance travelled. So this is my second equation of motion. This is my second equation of motion.